Darlene, have you ever looked at someone's profile and wondered, I don't even know what they do? I mean, they haven't expressed clearly what's going on. And as a result, it looks impressive, but there's no connection to it. And that reaction, I find it happens on LinkedIn all the time. Most professionals have no idea that it's costing them conversations, opportunities, and clients. Because here's what LinkedIn doesn't tell you. People are making decisions about whether to continue the conversation long before they ever message you. They're deciding by looking at your headline, and then if that piques their curiosity, they'll read your about section. And subconsciously, what's happening? They're picking up your tone and your positioning, and they're judging. Do you get me? Do you really understand my problem? And if something feels unclear, Darlene, they bounce.
That's exactly true. And that's something that I see all the time, Nancy. Someone can be highly experienced, highly credible, genuinely good at what they do, but their LinkedIn profile isn't communicating that clearly. And the difficult part is most people don't realize it's happening. They think, I need more visibility. But often the real issue is what happens after someone becomes curious enough to click the link.
Yeah, that's so true. Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy Zaire, sales psychologist, helping experts become confident business owners, especially using LinkedIn. And
I'm Darlene Petrie, lead generation strategist, and I'm helping professionals turn their LinkedIn visibility into meaningful business conversations.
And today we want to talk about why people visit LinkedIn profiles and then they disappear. They bounce because LinkedIn has evolved. It's no longer just a thought platform, post a lot of content. It's becoming a conversation platform, a trust platform, a relationship platform. And don't forget that it's always ranked high on Google searches and now AI searches, which are surpassing Google searches because of the long language model. LinkedIn is perfectly suited for it. And unfortunately, Darlene, many experts, they excel at what they do, but their profiles fail to communicate their brilliance. And that's the reason why we created the LinkedIn Profile Lab. So, one thing that I have discovered is that LinkedIn, the behavior has changed. The algorithm is now rewarding. It wasn't having not just a complete profile, but the profile needs to speak to a specific audience. And as a result, people are making fast emotional decisions when they look at what you do or they look at your experience. They're asking, does this person get me? Is there some relevance to what it is that I do? And would I actually want to hear what they have to say? Darlene, these decisions are made within 4 to 6 seconds of landing on your profile. And because you spend so much time on LinkedIn, what do you see happening?
Well, I'm noticing that people are craving something more genuine.
Yeah.
They're tired of those polished networking and generic messaging. And the conversations that seem to go somewhere usually start when someone feels understood or feels like it's a real conversation. That's what's being said. And sometimes it's not even a post that creates momentum. It might be a thoughtful comment. You're commenting in other people's conversations, a relatable observation, or simply the feeling that someone is speaking like a real person instead of marketing at them. And people are tired of being marketed at. And I think that's why some people are working very hard on LinkedIn, but still not seeing meaningful conversations. The
Yeah.
activity's there, but the connection piece is still missing.
Exactly. Now, you mentioned something important, and I want to talk about comments because for many people, we got in the habit of thinking comments on LinkedIn were kind of secondary, not of much significance. They weren't important. But as I said a moment ago, LinkedIn has become a conversation platform. And the algorithm, it's called Brew 360 for those of you who may have seen that expression around the corner. The algorithm is rewarding comments. Why? Because the comments are an indicator that there's a conversation taking place. So when you post and there's someone who perhaps comments, you want to engage with that person as quickly as you can by responding to their comment. Or alternatively, I recommend find people that are within who may be talking to the same audience you want to reach and start commenting on their posts. Start a conversation with them, or maybe even the people who comment on their posts, because this is what LinkedIn is looking for. They're looking for rich conversations that are taking place through the comments. Again, Darlene, I'm going to put you on the spot. Have you ever experienced what I'm talking about, the richness of how comments can actually catapult, up-level your visibility?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've had conversations, and when I do comment, it's not just a great comment. It's a thoughtful conversation. It's a thoughtful comment about the conversation that's happening. And I comment on the comment of the post, and I comment on people's comments. And from there, I've had people come to me and say, your comment really meant something to me. I really feel like it's exactly how I'm feeling. And so we continue on the conversation over in the DM section of LinkedIn, and that ended up us working together. So the commenting is such an important piece of it.
Yeah, it truly is. But again, when you comment, believe it or not, a little bit of your headline follows you everywhere you go on LinkedIn. Hence, what's going to happen? People are going to click on the little picture of you and that, little headline, and they're going to be taken to your profile. This is the reason why Darlene and I created the LinkedIn Profile Clinic, because we know that your profile is the foundation for your success on LinkedIn. And for too many experts, your profile sounds like alphabet soup. It lists a lot of credentials. It lists degrees that you've obtained, licenses, certifications. People are not looking for a certification. They're looking for someone with the expertise to solve a problem in their business, their field. So this is what Darlene and I will address during the LinkedIn Profile Laboratory.
Yeah.
Want to say anything more about it? Because to me, it's like without a good profile, you will never have success on LinkedIn.
Yes, and that's so true, and often it is just a little change that needs to happen. Like you may have to just tweak something on your banner and in your headline, or just a little bit of in the about section. And with the changes, it really speaks. You need to make sure that you're speaking to the person that you have as who you want for your audience.
Because LinkedIn is also measuring when someone comes to your profile, how long did they stay? Now, I mentioned they have 4 to 6 seconds to make up their mind whether there's any value on the profile. Well, now if they start to scroll down and they now read the about section, or they look at your experience, or they go beyond that to see other parts of your LinkedIn profile, this is what LinkedIn is measuring. Mm-hmm. And hence, the algorithm is very sensitive, not only to are you commenting, are you posting, but how long do people stay on your profile? So go ahead.
I was going to add, when you say they're going to be looking at your profile, they're not going to be looking and searching for information on your profile. It needs to be right up front.
Oh my gosh, yes. If it's hidden or buried, people drop away like flies, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the LinkedIn Profile Lab, it's happening May 28th in a week. We will give you the sign-up information. It is a paid event. It's a very small tariff for a very big return, because it's a workshop and you're going to walk away with actual usable, actionable, productive tips on what you can do to up-level your profile.
Yeah.
So this is Dr. Nancy Zaire, sales psychologist.
And Darlene Petrie, lead generation strategist.
To your sales and business success. We'll see you May 28th.
See you May 28th.